titillate the juices. You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me.
We coming for you, nigga. Fat! Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool. You!
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
Yes, again, big show. Usually never going weeknights these days, folks, but we found some time. We got the WrestleMania weekend right around the corner, starting really in a few hours with SmackDown tonight. I have a whole lot to talk about. Why is my screen so small? That's the first thing I need to talk about. I'm going to address. There, we fixed that. Hopefully everybody can hear me right out the gate this week. That you should. And if you do, get liking, subscribing, sharing. Go over to YouTube, smash all the buttons, join me, comment, tell me I'm a lunatic. I really don't care. We got to get things going around, get things hyped up, hype bro style around here. Remember those things, kids? Remember those guys? Mojo Riley. So, yes, tons of notes. We have the entire WrestleMania card here. I have all the latest news, happenings. There was just a live stream I was watching from WWE right before I jumped on here, where Io Sky and Braun Breaker are coming out, and they're talking. The New Day came out, cut the best promo out of everybody there, because let's face it, these are live promos in front of the crowd. If you've been watching what I've been watching on the X machine, probably everywhere else too, but shout out to Rumble. I'm live on Rumble right now. We're live on X. Rumble and X people, you guys are the balls. You guys are the shit. Come over to YouTube. Hit the buttons. I need it on YouTube. Let's monetize YouTube. Pump it up for the new year. This is basically the new year, right? This isn't January 1st isn't really the new year. The new year is when WrestleMania hits. The balls are going to drop at the end of the night, end of the weekend. And then we're going to move into the future of what's going to be, because, everything reshapes. The most important Monday Night Raw is right around the corner, Coach. Thank you. Did you hit all the buttons? I hope you did. Yeah. I've been doing my research around here before I get into the card and stuff. And also, don't expect the Sleaze, don't expect King Reezy, don't expect Danny Damage. They're ill, they have babies, and Reezy, for example, is in WrestleMania. He's an ambassador for the show in Las Vegas right now. So who knows? We could hear from him. If he shows up in the chat and says he's in a place where he's got good Wi-Fi and I can send him the link will be sent. But yes. I don't even know what I was going to be talking about now. I get so sidetracked with everything. I just want to make sure everybody knows what's going on here as I crinkle the papers, smash the desk. I want you to know what you're watching and what's happening, because a lot of people don't get it. They don't understand what I'm doing and what I'm saying. So hopefully this warning, like at the beginning of a VHS tape, if you record this, you will go to prison or something. Something like that too. Keep all that in mind. All right. Thank you. We just need me on. I know, right? How about give McAfee a break for a little bit? Small screen again. We don't like small screens when we're live, podcast audience. Just so I'm keeping you guys involved in what's happening on the big screen, the Hugentron 69,000. Yeah, I've had enough of this Pat McAfee. I mean, I can get into that now. I can get into it later. We should just bang a lot of this. This is such a huge card. I just keep flipping back and forth like, oh my God, I wrote 4 or 5 pages of notes here. Filled. Like the movie Seven, you know, the bad guy in Seven, he writes all little and just fills up pages of notebooks. That's me with my podcast. Bill Belichick style. I'm not changing. I'm not getting iPads and things. I already got a phone. So I'm going to be writing notes for life, brother. Oh, and also before we get into this, because I'm going to be just jumping in this and then there's no looking back. But I have some new samples. Because, of course, again, it's the new era, new season, new year of wrestling. So let's play some.
This is where we shed our blood, sweat, and tears.
No, we've always had that. We're looking. Remember, new samples means new buttons, means new colors. It's confusing.
You can't wipe my ass.
There we go. We got some Cena stuff for everybody. So I'm going to have to work these in. I can get good with them. I just need to know where they are, you know? Bang, bang, when I make a joke, and then I can go,
Your brain is filled with feces.
That's right. You know whose brains are filled with feces, John Cena, is these IWC people out here. You know, we're all talking about the IWC, but then everybody's kind of a part of it, but then they're not a part of necessarily the nonsense going on out here. You know what I mean? It's very confusing to somebody with my age because you know me.
Your brain is filled with feces.
Mm-hmm. All the times, right, Bret Hart?
It's the shits.
See, now we're working them in. We know where these buttons are.
Stupid bitch.
Oh no, maybe we don't.
I'm also not going to cook you.
Oh, he's not going to cook the babies now. He's just going to straight up eat them now. Yep. If you're new here, John Cena eats babies. Yep. Sorry to tell you. I mean, you probably believe it now because of the way he's acting, but beforehand as well, listen to that laugh. Listen to how he talks about not even cooking them.
I'm also not going to cook you.
See? He was talking to a baby there, I believe. Allegedly. In a boxing ring, YouTube TOS, don't kick me off yet. They kicked off Reezy off of the TikTok today. He went to WrestleCon and he did a live. And TikTok said, get out of here, you're suspended. Suspended, you can't use nothing. And they suspended me off of TikTok a month ago. That was nice, grabbing the breasts. A month ago, TikTok kicked me off. Why would they kick me off? Am I doing something offensive here or something? But they kicked me off for misinformation on this show, goofy ass show, Paladin. Can you believe that? Shout out to you. Give Pat the hot dog. Hashtag give Pat the hot dog, coach. I see you out there. You know, if I ever get time, I'm putting out shorts. I'm putting out videos and clips and podcast versions, audio style for everybody out here. I'm making thumbnails, doing all this. So I got to find time to do it. It's on the list. I'm cutting samples here. Let's find some more. Here we go. Coach, don't ask again or else.
Go fuck yourself.
That's right, Cody. We found him. What else we got here?
Shut your mouth.
No, those have always been there. We got some new The Rocks.
Of course, jabronis.
Yep. That's for when we already know, like we know most things, especially with this wrestling business and everything that's going on in it as of late as well. It's all very boring. Everybody's saying the same thing. We get it. Hasn't been the greatest, build to a WrestleMania in a while, especially when you're coming off of last year. It's going to be tough to do it.
Are you going to arrest the great one?
Yeah. We should arrest The Rock tonight. Citizens arrest on The Rock tonight. Somebody in Las Vegas, or not tonight, Saturday or Sunday, whenever that shit's going down. Because I got matches on my card, but I just heard Rhea, Io, and Bianca's going on first. First on Sunday. There's too many days. There's too many wrestlers, too many titles. I mean, the U.S. women's title is not even going to be wrestled over at WrestleMania. It's the U.S. title. I know it's brand new. I know, but think about it. There's too many of them. They can't even fit them all on the show. What are you going to do? Knock out Jade and Naomi? Nope. Right? Give me some no yeets.
No yeets.
Are you going to knock out, what's another non-title? Rey Mysterio? El Grande Americano? I mean, you kind of could, but
no yeets.
No, still not going to do it. Not for Chelsea Green or that new U.S. title. TikTok is being horrible. I'm going to leave it at that. But there's fun. I always knew there was funny business over there. That's why it took me like a bazillion years in TikTok time to get on the platform. But I'm like, hey, I got this album coming out, which is right here. Go pick it up. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. You can still go get it. Add it on Spotify. It's free. It's bangers. Banger after banger. 18 tracks. Right? I got another one coming out this year. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, TikTok, they gave me all the bells and whistles because I asked for it. I signed up for it. I got the live going. I have the whole fancy music page. I had the check mark. They took it all from me. And they won't even tell me why. So, that's neat. Yeah. I'm telling you, times are hard on these social media streets. You can't really plug anything anywhere. They don't want you to link anything. They don't want to help you get along with making money. It seems to be mainly pay to play. Why am I speaking so slowly? It's not fun. It's not fun. It's not funny, in the words of the guy from City Slickers. Anyway. Yep. Let's talk about some matches, huh? Let's watch a video first, because I've been telling everybody wrestlers stink. I seen ladies wrestling the other night. Was it Roxanne? Roxanne and don't tell me, Cora Jade. They were wrestling out there, and I seen a clip of them on the X machine. Shout out to X, the only people and only platform that lets me speak freely and like do things. You guys are great. Everybody else, I don't know about. I'm kind of looking at you weird right now, you YouTubes and you Rumbles, but X seems, for me, for what it is at the moment, is okay. Okay. So I seen this video as well on X, and we all know this. Wrestling fans, you guys stink, smell like doo-doo, like not even joking, smell like BO feet, like day old, a week old fucking, baloney log in the sewer. If you guys know what that smells like. Smell like corpses dipped in skunk fart. That's what you guys smell like. So anyway, Drew McIntyre, let's hear him speak. He's here signing for the marks. I know nothing about that.
Oh, perfect. See, it had to be saved for a while. Look at this. It had to be said. I can't believe it has to be said to adults, but it's getting through. This man gets it, and for people who aren't listening, he's got your back. He's having to hand out deodorant, this man right here. He's in the trenches.
It's just washed, damn it. How hard is it?
And always, just like when I tell Reeves when he comes on, always take your hand off the microphone. That helps everybody. When you're making clips out here, just saying. Just trying to give a little advice. Along with using deodorant and washing your ass and all this stuff. I mean, like Drew McIntyre said, I can't believe we have to say this to adults. Then he pans to a man that, if I were in the crowd there, which I've been in many like that, I would be leery a little bit to walk over and maybe get too close. But hey, he seems like he's all right. He's got the deodorant on him. Imagine if he stunk still. The guy that handed the deodorant to Drew McIntyre, and he didn't even use like the deodorant. Could you imagine that? Somebody would have had to arrest The Rock. Where is it?
Are you going to arrest the Great One?
Yes, the Great One even. Shout out to William. William's in the house now. Yep, sorry, you're stuck with me tonight. It's a very weird time, but we got to get this in before WrestleMania really kicks off. 7 p.m. or 8 p.m., whatever the fuck it is. I don't even know anymore. I think I can start saying the F word now, and the bots will leave me alone. I think. You never know. Everybody get liking and retweeting again. If you're not sharing this show, then you know what? Hold on, we're going to do it again. Watch how smart I am.
Your brain is filled with feces.
Yep. That's if you don't like this video. That's if you are not going over to YouTube and subscribing and adding yourself. We're growing. I got a whole 3 subscribers today, folks. Congratulations to me, right? Everybody? No, they don't like that? You don't want to see Dr. Huge succeed? I guess not. But if you are one of the few that do, go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button. It's what's best for business, what's best for all of our businesses. I made my prediction tons the other day. William says, it's right. Well, I'm about to make my predictions tons right now. So, Jay, what's first on my menu here? Oh, okay. I don't have a picture for that. I don't have a picture for every single one, but we are professional, and you're going to see pictures like this. See how quickly I do that? Just like the real news. But this one, we're just going to keep the focus on me. Yeah, keep it on me, producers. Thank you. Camera 1. Yes, that one. All right. So Jade and Naomi are going to be wrestling each other. And a lot of people are looking forward to this. I've noticed the kids, especially, they're very involved in all this drama that's been going on. And if you don't know, Jade was thrown off like a platform onto a car. She kind of landed like a Looney Tunes character. And after months and months of a mystery, nobody could figure it out. Who could it be, right? It ended up being Naomi Fatu of the Fatu family. And now she's not wearing weaves anymore. She's not putting like extra stuff in her hair. It doesn't looks like natural hair. She's gone full bad guy. She's cutting these off out of the ring type promos that everybody seems to like. I believe this match should and has to go to Naomi. Jade doesn't need this win. For what? She's been coming out there and beating her up for what, a month now? Maybe even longer. Tossing her around. We get it. Naomi's the bad guy. Jade's the good guy. Jade is very powerful. And Naomi was just having birthday parties at War Games last year. Remember that? That sucked.
It's the shits.
That was stupid. She was so not over as a good guy, but she was such a good guy that everybody, like, it was blah. It was nothing. That's why when they brought out the IC and the U.S. women's titles for the first time, I thought that's like her realm. But now there's an opportunity for her to get somewhere with this. So if they just kind of steamroller with this Jade thing, that's not what's best for business. Okay? It's no yeet. And I'm sure Jimmy Uso is on board with that as well.
No yeets.
Right. No yeet. But what do you do if she loses? Well, of course, she's going to have to lose in in a style where it's really not her fault. You know, she gets cheated one way or another, and good, because Naomi needs to hype up the bad guy-ness of what she's doing. She's doing it in the promos. Now let's do it in the actual ring. Yeet.
Yeet!
Yeet to that. That's right. So, yeah. Naomi, get out there, snatch weaves. Looks like Jade's wearing a weave. Snatch it. It's yours now. Take it and throw it into the smelly marks.
Yeet!
Yeet that thing out of the stadium.
Yeet!
Tupac style before hit him up.
Yeet!
That's right. Just rip it off. Rip it off any of the girls backstage you see wearing them long ass extensions. You know, for WrestleMania, they're going to break out the biggest weaves of the year. You think the stage is big. Wait until you see the weaves that Naomi's going to be snatching backstage.
Yeet!
Tossing them over that big stage into the wrestling ring, making other girls trip up in the middle of their matches. She could be that bad. Maybe Shawn Michaels style. You know, flying over the stadium, dropping weaves, all the weaves she stole backstage.
Yeet!
Just saying, these are some ideas I'm just putting out there. Maybe have a match called Weave Games.
Yeet!
Get it? Not War Games. I didn't say War Games. Yeah. Do I have anything more on this? Nope. Nope, I don't. So, yeet those weaves.
Yeet!
We'll leave it at that. Next up, Mysterio versus El Americano Grande. Kind of reminds me of, what's her name? Ariana Grande. Ariola's Grande, right? Great performer. Love her stuff. I listen all the time. So, anyway, I wonder if he's related. This is El Americano Grande's time, everybody. This is his time. Remember Triple H in like 1997, 98? It was his time. It is El Americano Grande's time, which means in wrestling terms, he's going to win. He's the best in the world. It's his time to shine over everybody else in the business, pinning everybody 1, 2, 3 right in the middle and stuff like that. Who is this El Americano Grande anyway? Who is it? I have no idea who it is. Do you guys? I think if I had to guess, I'm guessing Jamie Noble. I'm guessing. All right, it's not Jamie Noble. Shane Helms. Is it Shane Helms? Get liking. Like and subscribe. Is it I'll give one more guess. It's James Ellsworth? Can't see the chin, it's in a mask, right? Could be Vince. Is it you, Vince? How crazy would it be? And I bet you Vince would do this still to this day. And I would do it too, but you know, WWE is so corporate now. You think the corporation was corporate back in the day. No. This WWE is like ultra corporate. You don't even get to like, they're not even dealing with things backstage and wrestling matches or anything like that. They're like behind the scenes. And like, they're just ultra hyper corporate. But Vince McMahon, he would come out and be El Americano Grande. Maybe it is him. Maybe it is. I don't know. Could be John Cena. Could be Dustin Rhodes. Anybody else? Jeff Jarrett, maybe? Is he under contract in AEW still? I don't know. I'm sticking with Jamie Noble. Jamie Noble is who it is. As soon as they pull that mask off, you know it's going to be pulled off this weekend because they can't keep this thing going on for much longer. If you do, then you know what that means.
It's the shits.
That's right, Brett. Watch out for that. The shits is right around the corner, folks. Mm-hmm. And yeah, let's be done with that. Who's gonna win? El Americano Grande? He can't, right? Mysterio's a thing. We're gonna have Mysterio go over, make it official. Naomi's going over here. Mysterio. Oh, okay, look at us keeping order. And LA Knight going up against Jacob Fatu. And everybody seems to be kind of down on the LA Knight these days. I mean, people pop for him here and there. Yeah, he's very much the top of the mid card right now. Very much so. I think if he loses, which I believe he will, let's lock it in. Jacob Fatu is your new U.S. champion. You heard it here. And LA Knight, is he going to move up and finally get out of the mid card, or is he going to go down? Very crucial moments. It's the new year, folks. Remember, once again, right after this WrestleMania, it's a reset. And they're going to reset it because they wrote themselves into a corner with a lot of things. There's a lot of injuries right now and a lot of people missing. But then again, they got more wrestlers than ever. So it's time to plug and play. It's time to get Carmelo Hayes out here. Carmelo Hayes better than a lot of these people that I'm going to be talking about today. That's going to be in WrestleMania. Yeah, hooking him up with The Miz is cool. Not downing that like some are. I think that's a positive for him being in the business and what he's going to be doing with the company, whatever. But yeah, let's go. Trick Williams, not so much. No, let's cool off on that. He's cool and everything. He's no Carmelo Hayes. All right. So, yeah, I mean, that's how interested I am in this LA Knight verse, the Samoan Werewolf. I'm talking about other guys that aren't even in WrestleMania. Because, let's face it, I love LA Knight. I was saying that WWE should have hired him like a decade ago. And he's very much a vanilla The Rock. We've all heard it, but that's exactly what it is. Even when I go back and listen to some of the old Rock promos, I hear LA Knight and I'm like, whoa, he's really doing the gimmick. Identical. Almost forgot to put up the screen. Not professional, Dr. Huge, but yep. The versus the Samoan Werewolf. We're all going with the Samoan Werewolf. What do you say out there in chat land? Yep. Your guy, LA Knight, gonna lose again. He is. I'll be surprised if he wins. But hey, maybe they want to keep the belt on LA Knight, and then they still move like the Samoan Werewolf up. Because that's more of a possibility. Jacob Fatu going up in reality, than LA Knight at the moment. And the one time that they did, it just wasn't working. You could tell he was like on the outskirts of what was going on still, being around Roman and whoever he was beefing with at that point. Can't keep track of all this stuff. Too many main event level characters right now. I don't think that's a problem, William. I think that's a good thing. You need a lot of main event quality guys. But yeah, there's too many. There's too little spots, too many wrestlers. That's it. That's that. So we figured that out. Is this even next? No. We got to talk War Raiders and New Day first, because I just watched the New Day come out, and they made me believers again. Just because of where they're relegated to on TV kind of makes them a little right now. People aren't really big on them or tag anything at the moment. But I believe it's, people like Big E. Big E was the champion, or was the last champion out of the group. And they came out and they just reinforced the facts that they are the all-time greatest tag team ever if you're going by championships. And they talked about Ric Flair and John Cena is going to be all celebrated because of this. But what about them? They're at the top of the list right now. So they made a lot of good points. They kept shutting off the mics on them. It was good stuff. Like I said, as far as from what I've seen of that show, I didn't watch all of it, but the New Day were the best on the mic when they came out. So take that for what it's worth. They're taking on the War Raiders. New Day still calls them Vikings. They're like, no, they're still Vikings. Like, who cares? Cole and Pat McAfee are correcting them. Like, nope, they're Vikings. Yeah, they still kind of look like Vikings. I mean, they're transitioning into biker. They're going from Viking to biker. But yeah, let's quicken that thing up. Let's just get rid of anything relating to Viking stuff. Thank you. Same thing with Drew McIntyre, as I said on a space this week. I said, let's not do any more of this Scottish stuff. We don't need Scottish stuff anymore. Keep your accent, sure. Let's Madonna this thing. Let's upgrade it and change it up. Freshen it up. Don't go back to grabbing swords. Not saying that. That would be going in the other direction, right? We want to get away from no more kilts. Okay, thank you. Maybe transition more into biker, like the Viking warriors, whatever they call themselves, warrior raiders. Yeah. Oh, another thing, before we get off this whole Jacob and LA Knight thing, the one thing that does bother me about Jacob Fatu, I don't like his pants. You see the tights that they give this guy? Have you? Because it looks like a fat kid in a pool. They kind of like half hammer. They're like, they look like sweatpants. So when he's moving around in there, it's like it's not stuck to him. It's kind of just floppy and looks very unkept. Looks uncouth. I don't know. It looks terrible. So there you go. There's my one critique. Triple H. Sorry, I'm going to continue to critique your business here. It's my business now. Tiffy time. I mean, what haven't I said about Tiffy time in the Charlotte over here? Charlotte 0 for 3. As Tiffy time said, hard times going on in the background. But in the meantime, she does have a title shot. Many out here believe she's going to win. She could. But my money's on Tiffy time. It's just, Tiffy needs it. Charlotte doesn't need it. If the belt goes on Charlotte, this is telling everybody it's all about that championship record. It's all about getting Ric Flair back in maybe in a year or so. Whenever Tony Khan lets him out of his cage. And then they can do that whole thing. LeBron James, Bronny style, right? Give me some woos. Where are my woos at?
Your brain is filled with feces.
No, I changed it. There it is. So that's what's happening with this. That's what should happen. Tiffy time over. If not, everybody's going to be annoyed. You know what would happen if Vince was in charge. You know what would I don't even have to say it. We all know who would win this if Vince was in charge. But what about now, Trips? You don't want to upset the fans, do you?
Woo!
Don't do it, right? Then nobody will ever watch again. They'll tell you to go F yourself and to jump off cliffs and all this stuff. You know, it's all on you, bro. If you do it.
Woo!
So, everybody again, get liking and sharing, subscribing, retweeting. Come over to YouTube. You know, these are no Saturday numbers. I'm telling you, the TikTok stuff killed us because we were growing on TikTok like pretty steadily, more than any platform out here. I'm looking at UX, who I pay. And I wasn't even paying TikTok. But they said, you said too many words, Dr. Huge, and we don't like those words. Even though you said nothing crazy, nothing bad at all, we don't like what you said. So you can't ever stream on our platform again. I said, all right, fine. And then I wooed and I left. Where's my woos? Not my booze.
Your brain is filled with feces.
Mm-hmm. There it is. We did it, folks. All right, let's circle it so we can remember. I mean, this really could go either way. You know, and this, I didn't even pick the New Day War Raiders. New Day because it should. That's the way it should be. War Raiders are cool, but hey, you got your championship now. All right, get out of the way. Let New Day get in there and talk their shit every week. And then Tiffany Stratton here. Yep. Taking the strap off her this quickly. To Charlotte Flair. I don't care if it's Charlotte. That's crazy. That's bad. News Brown. And I think what's going to happen in this match, let me give you a little preview of what's going to happen in this match over here. Ludwig Kaiser is going to come out at the end. And when the ref's not looking, he's going to smash Charlotte Flair with a chair from the announce area. And then jump into the crowd and kind of walk off with his hands behind his back. That's what's going to happen, folks. You know, at least he won't be wearing sweatpants like Jacob Fatu, right? Right, Paladin? He'll look proper. He'll probably be in a suit when he does it, when he cracks Charlotte in the forehead. He said, keep my name out your mouth. Just like that. That's how he talks in real life. Yep. Yeah, I'm not going to say this. I'm not going to say that. But Gunther and Jey Uso. How about that match, folks? Also, if you've been listening, I've been yeeting lately. We've been yeeting.
Yeet!
Hey, I was annoyed by it at first. I was like, no yeet.
No yeets.
No yeet.
No
You
yeets.
can't do this. The kids are stupid. I mean, which I still stand by that. But yeeting.
Yeet!
It's so much money for like nothing. It's like when yes was over, when no was over, when what was over. Why would the New Day? They sold Y t-shirts. What else? One word, just slogans. But that yeet is not even a word. How about that?
Yeet!
So, and they're making, WWE's making bank off of it. It's all about the entrance. Trips talks about it. I've seen some of these interviews. I didn't go out of my way because as soon as I looked up, I'm doing my research here for the show. I looked up Triple H interviews of the past week before this WrestleMania, and they gave me Peter Rosenberg.
No yeets.
And they gave me, who was the other guy? It was another guy. Another Peter Rosenberg, basically.
No yeets.
I'm just like, I don't want to listen to this. Andrew Schultz. That's it.
No yeets.
He fucking stinks too. And I mean, McAfee, Logan, I'll give you this. Logan Paul at least is wrestling, doing it at a high enough level, has people not liking him, very organically easy to not like Logan Paul. I get it. Okay. Oh, and with Jay and Gunther, did we even go over that yet? Anyway, but there's Logan Paul. He's a douche, but I'll allow it. All right. I'm not going to fight that. I'm not going to die on that hill. But Peter Rosenberg, Pat McAfee, Andrew Schultz, get out of my wrestling. Out. So, yeah. Gunther and Jey Uso, a lot of eating. This is the ultimate. Good guy is supposedly the much weaker of the two. For the David Goliath situation. Now they've worked the situation storyline wise to where they're like equals going into this because Jay has the power of the yeet behind him.
Yeet!
And Gunther's going to slap the shit out of him, and everybody knows it.
Yeet!
If that doesn't happen, I've noticed this Gunther over here, he's been taking it easy on some folks. Remember back in the day, you wrestled Gunther, your skin's going to break. You're going to bleed a little bit even with all the chops you're going to take. You're going to take a lot of them, and they're all going to be hard. But lately, it hasn't been the case. He's doing not as many chops, and they're not as hard. So that works in Jay's favor. Maybe watch him wear like a chest plate, too. If you wear a chest plate in this match, Jey Uso,
no yeets.
No yeet. Nobody's going to want that. I don't think he does in general. I believe he's shirtless, showing off all the tats. But yeah. I think the maybe when he comes out yeeting and stuff, he's in his warm-up gear. But I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to pull a stunt like that. Try to get around all them chops. Make his chest look like hamburger meat.
Yeet!
I said meat, not yeet.
Yeet!
All right. Hamburger yeet. Yep, so that's my prediction. Jay gets chopped half to death and then comes back at the end and wins. So we're going Jay, Henry, Uso. That's who's going to win this match.
Yeet!
Sorry, Gunther. Go take a break. Go start a podcast or something like Cody Rhodes.
What do we want to talk about?
Oh, my God. Get out of here with that, Cody Rhodes.
Go fuck yourself!
No, you!
Go fuck yourself!
Oh, whatever. I'll get to you later. You know Jay's going to come out and be totally blown up. Everybody's going to be eating in this WrestleMania. It's another, not main event. I mean, he is. Think about this. This is a championship match with main event Jey Uso in it, and it's not in the main event.
Yeet!
What? Okay. I know things happen. Like I said, I don't know. I just like things to make sense. I'm not criticizing Triple H. Take it easy. Take it easy. Don't send your WWE assassins after me. I get it. All right. We're cool. Thank you. I'm still yeeting. I'll be wearing my yeet shirt all weekend long. Never take it off. Sleep in it, eating it, take baths in it because I take baths, not showers. And yeah. Yeet for life.
Yeet!
You know what the best part of this match will be is Jimmy Uso sitting in a wheelchair, like outside the ring, like in No Holds Barred with Hulk Hogan. That guy with the Rip'em shirt. You know, I forget how it went, but he got beat up by Zeus, I believe, like so badly he was in a wheelchair.
Yeet!
And then Jimmy's gonna show up and he's gonna be like in a mask. Or bandages all around his head, and he'll get involved in the match. Like maybe Gunther will like pull him over, start torturing him all over again in front of him. I think that might have happened in No Holds Barred too. I don't know. Go watch that movie, kids. And also like this video and subscribe to the show. Because come on. Where else are you gonna hear these hot takes, right? Nowhere else. Maybe the Insane Asylum. That's the only other place. So let me plug a few more things here. Because I don't plug enough. I really don't plug enough. There's a store. This is a way for everybody out here to help the Dr. Huge Show, to provide for the Dr. Huge Show so it can stick around for eternity, forever and ever. Amen. So that's a way you can do it. Huh? Get a shirt, get a fanny pack. It's a real thing. People have gotten cups already and shirts and sweatshirts. I got an old school shirt right here. I'll have to see if I have any more of these. Maybe I'll give one out. And what's next here? Rollins, Reigns, and Punk, which I believe is the end of the night match for. That would be very weird. This is night one, everything I've been talking about. But that would be strange if this wasn't the final match and it was Jey Uso, Gunther. I just assumed main event Jey Uso is not going to be in the main event with the title and all this stuff because Roman Reigns is here, you see? CM Punk, ever hear of that guy? Seth Rollins? And we already know. I'm going with my gut. Gut says Rollins. He's been taking so many L's. He's losing to everybody. Seth Rollins can't keep losing like this, or else he's just going to be a bum like everybody else. So, yeah, this is yours, Seth Rollins. This is for the soul of the business, as he says. And I like the way he's framing all this, because it is kind of for the soul of the business. Where are you? There he is. Make it bigger. Yep. Wearing his high heels and everything. Still going to win this match. CM bald over here. Roman Reigns. You know they're going to get a whole thing together with that. There's a program there, folks. Just like the Bianca Rhea thing. Io's going to retain. That's what I'm going with. And Bianca and Rhea. It's very similar to this match right here. But yeah, Seth Rollins needs to get back in the title picture. Roman Reigns doesn't need to. He's had the belt for 3-4 years or whatever it was straight. CM Punk, it would be nice for him to win a title. But then again, he doesn't wrestle too often because he's old. He's an old man. So we don't want him to break himself. And then if he breaks himself, he's like useless for a year. Then they're going to put him on the mic and all this. He's way more valuable, way more money if they can patch him up and stick him in a ring here and there. So there you go, Seth Rollins. I'm looking forward to this being possibly the best of the weekend. And that's because of the whole Heyman angle. As funny as that is, it's still one of the better storylines out there. Makes more sense than Cody and Cena. Way more sense. So it does feel a little foolish in a way, like Paul Heyman's being treated like the pretty girl. What is he going to do to help any one of these guys win the match more than the other one? It's not his physical capabilities. It's not his advocacy in getting contracts for any of them to sign. It's already been signed. So what is he so needed for? Is he the guy that orders the prostitutes in Las Vegas? WrestleMania weekend or so? I don't get what else does he do? Does he get the reservations for the steakhouses you guys go to? That it? I don't know. It's a mystery. Let's leave it at that. We'll never know. But apparently, they all need him really, really bad on their side. And CM Punk throwing his arm around him like he was a chick. Roman Reigns walking by. Oh, He's all upset by it. Just like a chick. Paul Heyman? Is there a Diddy something? Is there something Diddy like going on here? Is this what I'm starting to figure this out right now? So Paul Heyman is getting diddied by these three wrestlers over here? Well, that doesn't sound like diddying. Well, maybe, who knows? That was the Vince McMahon style diddying. Oh, yes. I don't know. I'll have to investigate further into this. I think we may have been touching on something. Get liking and subscribing. Up next, night 2, night deuce. AJ versus Logan Paul. I didn't pull the picture because I didn't want to look at his face. Look at this one instead. AJ Styles going to lose, bro. Yep, I can't believe I'm saying it. But that's what's going to happen. Karrion Kross may get involved in some shape or form. Possibly, maybe. I mean, he did take on AJ Styles like a week ago. And he's building a storyline with him to try to bring him back to the dark side. Being like, forget about all this good guy stuff in the crowd and all this. You need to be an asshole again. And I'm going to help you be that asshole. And during their match, Karrion Kross let AJ Styles beat him. He put his hands behind his back so he can do his elbow off the top rope finisher deal that he does. And after that, Karrion still attacked him with Logan Paul. But, you know, because Logan Paul has to come out because they're building up this WrestleMania deal. And, yeah, Logan Paul, I think he's been losing a couple. Who did he ever beat? I know he had to have beaten somebody. He beat Rey Mysterio. I think he cheated. Yeah, I think beating AJ Styles right now makes more sense than beating Logan Paul. We already know Logan Paul's a douche. We already know that AJ Styles is the better wrestler, if you will. But AJ Styles loses, then has to reconsider everything that Kross has said. Okay? If AJ wins and he's winning clean and all this, what is that? That doesn't even make sense in the story. What is Karrion Kross even doing then? Then maybe he's the total shits at trying to sway people and all that. Like he says, he's just making up stuff then, I guess.
It's the shits.
So, yeah. AJ, you better lose. And I can't believe I'm saying it because I don't even like this Logan Paul. But I do know what I like as far as wrestling, and that's making sense. That comes before anything else. If it don't make dollars, don't make sense. Okay? So be sensible about these things. Here, let me play some of my new samples again while I take a sip here. Listen to John Cena. Let's see what these buttons do.
Your brain is filled with feces. You can't wipe my ass. I'm also not going to cook you. You have to be authentic because they can see through phony.
That's right. Oh, we will get to that again. That's been one of the best things as far as in promo battles and all this business going on. That one right there. Because that's what it's all about. That's what pro wrestling is all about. But before we get too far off here, the next match we have to talk about, the Sin City street fight, which seems like it was just put together last minute. Like, yeah, we'll just street fight, right? It's getting very brutal, very, very personal already between Priest and Drew McIntyre. That's his name. There we go. Look, they're pissed, right? Drew McIntyre is going to smell like so much deodorant this match. If you can even call it that. They're going to be wrestling all through the casinos and through the strip clubs and on the street, I'm sure. It's going to be amazing because I know Drew McIntyre wants it to be amazing, and I'm sure Priest does as well. They're going to go all out. It's going to be something to behold. Not like the greatest WrestleMania match ever between Cope and Randy Orton. Remember that piece of shit? That was terrible. This, I'm calling it now. If I'm wrong, hey, I'm wrong. Michael Jordan missed sometimes too. But I'm telling you, my gut, my mind, my heart, my soul says this is going to be a banger. Before we go too far, Jeff says, my honest opinion is that Jey Uso will be world champion, but he will not lead the Raw brand past 6 months. You are correct. You are correct, sir. Shout out to Jeff. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, Jeff. Hit all them buttons. Notifications, everything. Everybody needs to know every time I come live. Go live. That sounds less dirty. You know. This is, he was like, come live. What? Yeah, I'm not talking to you, Priest. So this has gotten so personal. Drew McIntyre ripped the chain, his Jesus piece off his chest after he slammed him on some steel steps, which caused this face that you are seeing right here. And this face, this is all stems from Drew McIntyre's pain. His anguish over the past year or two, getting screwed over every second. So people expect Drew McIntyre to possibly be screwed again. It is a street fight. Anything can happen. He does have terror twins and stuff out there. She could get involved. It's illegal. But then he would be Drew McIntyre. And we don't need Drew McIntyre again. We need Drew to lose this match, of course, cry about it, but then go on and do bigger, better things. Go after that universal strap, maybe. Not with Cena there. Is he the third guy? That would make me make this face right here once again. If Drew McIntyre was the third guy in this group of the three guys, I don't know. The Rock, Cena, Travis Scott are three guys, right? Is it a countdown? Do we really know what The Rock means with all this? I don't know. But yep, I'm team Damian Priest winning this in his hometown. Again, if Vince was running this show, I would take Drew McIntyre because it's Drew McIntyre, the chosen one, and Priest is from Las Vegas. And they don't like these wrestlers winning in their hometowns. Well, Vince didn't. So tonight we're going Priest. Cool. Not Drew McIntyre. Double checking. Yep. Priest is in the right position too. I've heard some fans over the past week or so say Damian Priest is like too high in the card, basically. I think he's a low main event. So in my mind, it's at this where I got it constructed in my brain. It's the mid card, right? And then you get the mid card champs, like the US champ. And then above that, you have the IC champ and everybody that's going for those belts strewn between those like layers. And then right when you hit the Braun Breaker IC champ, then you hit the main roster, a main event roster, if you will. And that's the first guy you're going to come across is Damian Priest. So he's better than an IC champ, but he's the lowest guy on the totem pole when it comes to the main event. And I think that is the perfect spot for him. There's a lot of guys. Sure, could he be higher? Could he be lower? Whatever. Yep. Depending on who's injured, who's not injured. Yeah. But I think that where he is, I can't complain with it. I can't complain about anything. Even his run, a lot of people didn't like his run and everything. There's a lot of different circumstances that go into a lot of people's runs as well. It's just how it's written. You know, it's just like a quarterback that gets drafted out of college. It depends on his career. A lot of it's going to depend where he lands and how good that organization is and what's going on there. Even more so when it comes to wrestling, you got people literally writing things for you. That's why it's always the best idea if you're at least a smart wrestler, have a little bit of brains or know-how when it comes to writing or having ideas, that you should do your own stuff to get yourself over. It's what Stone Cold did, what The Rock did, what the greats, many of the greats have done. So just some advice there for you, Damian Priest. And I do pick you. You're going to win this match. Sorry, Drew. You got glass in your eye. That's your excuse, right? And what we got next? You guys still with me out here? Let's see it in the chat. Give me, I don't know, emojis or something. Hot dogs, right? Sin City Fight. We just did that. And Fatal 4-Way, there it is. The IC Championship. Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and Penta are going to be taking each other on. Do I have that photo? I do not. But you guys know what they look like already. And is it too early for Penta? Yes. Could he still win it? Yes. Could Finn Balor win it? Yes. Could Dominic Mysterio win it? Yes. I don't know who the hell's going to win this. I think Braun Breaker could retain. Braun Breaker is another one that could easily be put on the main roster right alongside Damian Priest. Maybe a rung under for a week or two to see how it's going to go. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all if Braun Breaker's wrestling for the main title at SummerSlam. So, what else do I have here? Let's look at the notes, actually, for once. We all expect a Finn Dominic situation. How about you guys? I know you guys do. Because I said we all do. Something's happening with this Judgment Day. Judgment Day's been pretty lame for, God, months. Liv's cool. Dom still gets booed out of this world. Finn's putting on bangers. He's got a cool character, I believe. A bad guy Finn. If he goes good guy Finn and just becomes plain Jane, it's going to stink it all over again. But what he's got going on now totally fits. Adding Aleister Black to this is a rumor. I would love that. But can Aleister Black and Finn Balor be in the same group like that? They would both. There needs to be a leader. Excuse me. There needs to be a leader. That's all I'm saying. Once Damian Priest kind of left the group, it just went down. It's not as important. Even when they had the tag titles and everything. No, the tag titles aren't important at all either. Tag titles stink. Women's and men's. So, yeah. They all could be IC champ. Zero Medios, like I said. He just got here, but he's selling a hell of merch, I'm sure. So give him the title, let him sell some more merch. I'm sure that entrance and everything else will look even cooler with a big gold belt on his waist. You feel me? Dom would be killing it there. Listen, I just want to see the match. I think this is one that is flying under the radar that could be a showstopper, an icon, a main event, all this. Finn hitting Dom with a chair. All right, we'll be on the lookout for this Paladin. Could be the other way around. Could be Liv gets involved and smacks somebody and causes the friction. You know how the ladies are good with that. And do we have anything else? Nope. Other than this is an upside down John Cena. Zero Medios, upside down John Cena. I'm showcasing it for everybody on the podcast. That's Zero Medios. Zero fear. I need Pat McAfee here to do all the voices. He's a dog. He's a dog. All right, what's next? I keep looking at this and it looks like Wu-Tang Clan, but it's Women's Tag Championship. All right, Brain. Talking to you, Brain. That's what's next. Liv and Raquel versus Bailey and Lyra. Does anybody really care? I mean, Liv's cool. Again, she's entertaining. It's for the championships. It's the ladies tag championships. Okay. We got the Street Profits. I believe they got a championship match tonight on SmackDown. Okay. I mean, do we need an all tag team show? It's too many titles. Take that one away from the War Raiders or the one on Raw, or take the one away from the SmackDown guys. Get rid of the women's. Get rid of the women's U.S. title. Obviously, you're not even going to put it on WrestleMania. It doesn't matter. Keep the women's IC title. Done. How about that? We can start like trimming some of this fat here, because I don't even want to talk about this. We all know how we got here, right? Lyra and Bailey are going to end up fighting the tag champions tomorrow or Sunday, whenever. This is day 2. Sunday. And the way they got that match was by beating all the legitimate tag teams that have always been around. Lady tag teams. Shout out to Sean Franklin. I see you out here. But yes, they beat all the legitimate tag teams that we've all known, like the, you know who I'm talking about, all right? And I mean, I get what they're doing. They wanted to put Lyra and Bailey and get them out there for all the WrestleMania fans and all the people watching, because they're two of their better workers and people on the roster. And it's just whatever. I don't want to talk about it anymore. That's how upset I am about it. I'm so upset about this. So up next, we have Io. I do have this picture. Io, Bianca, and Rhea Ripley, bro. Whoa. This match could be a 5-star Meltzer. Triple threats are a little rough. Believe it or not, this is how I rank the wrestlers in this. Io's the best in ring. Bianca's number 2. Rhea's number 3. Sorry, Rhea fans. And this is how I judge promos. Oh my God. They were all not very good at promos. Oh. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. They were all bad at promos. Because Bianca's got a screechy voice. It's like nails on a chalkboard. Rhea's just, her promos stink. It's at best mediocre. Like the one she cut it on stage like an hour or 2 ago. It was way better than Braun Breaker's. Braun Breaker's was terrible.
It's the shits.
Sorry, don't beat me up, Braun Breaker. You went on stage and you were like, it was like the first day in school or something. And then Io Sky, she can barely speak the King's English. So none of them, I don't like any of it. But in the ring, all phenomenal. And that's what we're going to see later this weekend. And who are we going to pick? Who are we going with, T-Fresh? Shout out to you. Who are we going to pick here? I say, I'm going to stick to it. I said last week, Bianca. And I'm going Bianca this week. Let's go. Io's cool. I would like Io to retain as well. Or did I pick Io? Because it could be Io too. It's all I know is it's definitely not going to be Rhea. She already had the belt a few times. It's not going to take away. She's like the most viewed person. Why don't you suspend her off TikTok with her millions of views, right? No, they'll suspend me, right? They won't suspend her though. All right. Got it. But it's between Io and Bianca. And I'm going to say Io. Let's just lock it in. Where's Io? Boom. I love me some Io Sky. Her and her little chicken cutlet buttocks. Yeah. You guys know what I mean. She was wearing the shorts last week, showing the chicken cutlets. But, yeah. Maybe next time, Bianca. Because in the meantime, you're going to have to face Rhea Ripley going into, like, Money in the Bank and stuff. That's where you need to be. Because she said it even in the promo earlier on the stage there on the thing I was watching on the X machine. She said everybody wants Rhea versus Bianca. That's what it's all about. Nobody really wanted this triple threat, but they do have to put all these people onto their WrestleMania so they don't make it. It's already 2 days, right? And they still have to make triple threats and fatal four-ways and all this business. So that's the reasoning. That's the logic behind everything I just said. Makes all the sense in the world. Thank you. I hope you guys are on board, especially the ones gambling this weekend on all your favorite WWE superstars. Going to make so much money if you listen to this. Not financial advice, but I'm saying I am genius. All right. Here's a question for everybody. Why does Bianca Belair whip all the girls so hard? I'm going to let that just be out there for a minute. Air out. Why does she hit everybody so hard? Did it to the man. Not like I don't whip the man as hard as you like. That's cool. But like she's leaving welts and tearing their skin. Does she not like these girls? These other girls? Because I would think as a wrestler, we're looking out for somebody else that you wouldn't try to rip the skin off them with your ponytail. It was just a thought the other day. Didn't make sense why she would hit everybody. You can still hit them and make it sound good, right? But she's just like, whoop, whoop, crack. And it's really like the logo when you watch the show. It makes a whipping crack. And then you see the girl after a minute or two, and you see this huge, like, purple, bloody, like, outline. Like, ugh. Take it easy, Bianca. You know, this isn't really happening, okay? I don't know. Maybe she's just shooting, okay? Maybe. Yep. And how about that NXT tomorrow? There's so much going on, Coach. I got 2 days of AEW notes here. I have news notes. And we're coming to the end of the WrestleMania card here. But I still got way more to talk about. And, yeah, I don't know. Rhea is not going to be the champion this weekend, but she will be forever the champion of the nose ring. Because she is, I think she's at number 4 now, like the 4 horsemen. 4 nose rings. She's killing it with those nose rings. Shout out to Ryan Lauder. First time, long time. He's back with us. Big, huge, inverse megastar. Let's leave it up. Leave it up on my screen, producer. Thank you. Let's play a new John Cena clip. Or let's give him a rock. That's not The Rock. It's Brock Lesnar. See, I don't even know my own samples yet.
Of course, jabronis.
Yeah, of course, jabronis. Yep, long time no see, bro. We're back doing it. The Sleaze is sick tonight. King Reezy, he's at WrestleMania right now. They're kicking him off TikTok. He's out there. He's promoting. He's the ambassador of the HUGEnverse. We're doing it. Let's yeet it up in here.
Yeet.
Yeah.
Yeet. Yeet.
All right. I think we got one more match to talk about and then a whole bunch of other stuff. But wow, this match right here. This is the John Cena. John Cena recognized. Where's my John Cena recognized?
Welcome.
No, you're not John Cena recognized. You're not John Cena. It's around here somewhere.
John Cena recognized.
There he is, John Cena. He's taking on Cody Rhodes, of course. Massive heel turn a month or so ago. And The Rock is, I'm guessing, going to be involved in this. It'd be crazy if he wasn't, because of how this all turned out. Drew McIntyre could be the man joining their group if there is a group that's happening. Randy Orton could be the guy. Who else? Vince McMahon. That's who I would do. And I'm totally 100% being serious. Get liking and subscribing and sharing right now. Totally 100% serious. If I were writing this and if they had the capability of doing that without being sued in a court of Twitter law for the next year, you have Vince McMahon as the third whatever the fuck in this match with The Rock, John Cena, Travis Scott. It wouldn't be that's already 3, as I pointed out earlier. But yeah, if there is somebody that's going to be joining this group, I would make it an 80-year-old Vince McMahon, because that's just funny to me. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, me and the sleaze, still cool after all these years. The sleaze. You'll be back. You'll be seeing them on your screen in no time. And yeah. Remember the Higher Power? I was there that night. The Higher Power, I'm talking about old school Monday Night Raw. They came to Boston back in the day. And everybody was trying to figure out, who is this Higher Power that the Undertaker and like his whole group, remember he had Midian and Viscera and all them people? Well, the Higher Power is Vince McMahon. It was me, Austin. It was me all along. Imagine if he does one of those with Cody Rhodes and it's actually Vince McMahon. The internet will go wild. The fan base will go crazy. Everybody, we all know who he is. Even the casuals, they know who Vince McMahon is. He's the guy with the grapefruits. So do it. I hope that's the case. But if they want to just get, normal with it, all right, Randy Orton, all right, McIntyre, whatever. That would be just. And then maybe nothing even comes of any of this. But there's going to be something. Something is popping off this match. Something's popping off on the Rollins, Reigns, CM Punk match. There's all going to be a ton of funny business on both nights of the main events. Yep. So I think that's it. Maybe it's Goldberg. What if the other guy's Goldberg? That would be cool, huh? Do I have my Goldberg chants around here? There it is. Goldberg comes out. He's been talking about getting back in and, doing a last match or something. That would make a ton of sense. Imagine he's like the enforcer of the group. Yeah. No? You don't want that? All right. Quiet down, everybody. Stop chanting for Goldberg. I know you're all doing it from your houses right now. Get liking and subscribing and sharing. Who's going to be, shocking us with their appearance? I think we all think Rusev is one of them guys. Aleister Black I brought up earlier. The man said she's not going to be wrestling anytime soon. And her reasoning is because she doesn't want to be a part of any uninspired writing and all this, which also means to me, possibly, maybe, that she just doesn't want to be written as a Jabronski, a Jabron Malone. All right. That's how I see it. I think she probably caught wind that if she does come back, she's going to be losing some matches. And she's like, no, I'm the man. I don't lose. So, doesn't matter to me. You know how I feel about the man. She's one step under this Pat McAfee that I need out of here. Need out of my wrestling. We don't need it anymore. Thank you. I got a short that I need to post tonight, or I already posted it on YouTube, but nobody ever sees that, right? So I'm going to post it on X. So all you people watching on X, you got a short coming tonight during SmackDown. A little short video about Tony Storm. Oh man, I'm overwhelmed with notes. I may even do a late night stream tonight. I could come back and just do a late night stream. Hey, that does it for the card. Who did we pick? Cena, Cody. Well, Cody's going to go off and do a podcast. I don't know if you've heard, but it's called, tell him the name of your podcast.
What do we want to talk about?
That's it. And I'm thinking, I don't know if any of you have heard of Red Bar, but I'm going to Red Bar the shit out of that. I'm going to make it my business to go over all these Cody Rhodes podcasts with a fine-tooth comb. And I'm going to goof on it. Oh, are we going to laugh? We're going to laugh. And we're going to laugh. And we're going to laugh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to go full hater mode. I may even just make it a weekly show. And maybe I'll call it, how about we call it, let's come up with a name right now. Bad neck tattoos? No, that's too long. What do you also want to talk about?
What do we want to talk about?
I think we got something there. What do you also want? What? We'll call it. What do you all? Because we gotta change it up. Want to talk about? We did it. Just a little bit longer than his. I mean, so. We're gonna pass Joe Rogan probably in the first month. Be on the lookout for that podcast. Not his. Watch his podcast through my podcast. Trust me, it will be way more entertaining. But then again, the YouTube police will probably come to my house, lock me up. Come get me. Come get the great one over here. I'm right here, YouTube police.
Are you going to arrest the great one?
Mm-hmm. Come get me. All right, Rusev, you're checked off. We already talked about you. Aleister Black, the man. Vince's Americano Grande. Already talked about that as well. Man, we talked about it all. Did it all. We said it all. And yeah, I got AEW Dynamite notes. I have some news. I have, what else over here? What's over here? What's this? What's this? No, it's all the same thing. And yeah, maybe I'll come back later tonight. If anybody wants it, I mean, if nobody gives a shit, then I'm not going to do it. But then again, it's Friday night. I'm not going out. You ain't got shit to do. You ain't got no job. You ain't got, that whole Friday thing. And we should maybe talk more wrestling later tonight after SmackDown. If you're into it, hit me up on Twitter. Give me likes on this video. And I'll notice that, like, oh, my God, people want me to come back. If not, I don't care. I'll just go to sleep or whack off, right? Love doing that. This will be me at 11 o'clock instead. All right, Coach. Shout out to Paladin. Shout out to Ryan, who stopped by. Haven't seen him in a long, long time. Everybody, again, you got to subscribe on YouTube. You got to pump it up. Watch these videos, listen to the podcast, all that good stuff. And maybe I'll be back later tonight. And if not, then you most likely will be seeing me shortly after WrestleMania. I was going to do a video on Easter Sunday before I realized it was Easter. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not. WrestleMania on Easter? What?
It's the shits.
Okay. Not even like religious or anything, but like, maybe pick better dates. You left for Europe for like 3 years. Just left us. All right. See you later, T-Fresh. See you later, everybody. Have a good night. And we'll talk soon. Bye. Oh, hold on. Let me get my video and then I'll say bye. Bye.
Titillate the juices. You know what?
Woo! Right now. Woo! 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 Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me.
We coming for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
John Cena, recognize.
Your brain.